CES is a remarkable event. I mean, for those who don't know, the Consumer Electronics Show, as it used to be called, is the biggest trade show in the world. It's all about innovation in ways that you can't even imagine it, but certainly from a media, technology, electronic point of view. We started going after we launched the mobile app company, thinking, hey, we're tech guys now. We had no idea. And as I mentioned earlier, that's when we actually saw all the cars at CES. It looked like the Detroit Auto Show, except nobody was looking under the hood. Everybody was looking at the dashboard. And that's when we connected those dots that radio in the car was changing, going to change, and of course, it has. So we've been going out to CES every year for the last, I think, 14, 15 years, and writing about it and doing those kind of presentations. And I had a client call about 6 years ago, Bill Hendrick, who ran Cox Radio, and he gets on the phone with me. This was probably September. CES every year is in early January, first week. And Bill gets on the phone with me and says, well, I've got the bug. You have convinced me I really should go to CES. And I said, that would be great. We're going. We'll have dinner together one night. He says, oh, I'm not going. I said, wait, I thought you said you were going. He says, no, I want to go. But you have also convinced me that it is so crowded and there's so much stuff there that I would go and just screw it all up. I wouldn't know where to go. I wouldn't know the things I should see. It just would be a meaningless thing. Now, you guys knowing what you know about CES and about radio, if you could curate a tour for me and actually take me to the areas that would really be productive for my business in the coming year, I'd pay for that. And I thought, whoa, that's kind of interesting. I've seen tours going around CES before. I'm not quite sure who does them or why. And believe it or not, we know Gary Shapiro, who is the CEO of CES. Believe it or not, he lives in Birmingham, Michigan, and commutes to Washington, D.C., but he lives in the Metro Detroit area. And I met him a number of years ago. He spoke at our conferences, and I called him and I said, hey, tell me about CES tours. And he said, Fred, we've been doing them forever. You can hire us, help curate the tour that you want to do, and we'll make it work. And so we've been doing tours where we schlep around radio people around the Las Vegas Convention Center. We've done it for the last 5 years. It started out as just CEOs and C-types, but now it's really kind of running the gamut. We had Sherry Lynch, who's the half the morning show at the Bob and Sherry syndicated morning show, go with us this year. We have public radio people now that come with us on the tour, Christian radio people. It's really a nice kind of melting pot of radio people. But that's exactly it. It's a curated tour. The emphasis is on technology that will have an impact on our business. And it's a lot of fun. And the cool part about it is when I started going to CES early on, and it was Buzz Knight who was the guy who really pushed me into doing this. I mean, liberally, there were maybe 20 radio people going to CES every year. You never ran into them, I mean, if you did, it was like, oh my God, look, there's Art Volo. I mean, Art was going pretty early on, by the way, of course. Yeah. But now I would say there's probably upwards of 200, 300, 400 people from the radio business who are going to CES, if not every year, every other year. It's great. It's a really cool way to start the year.